Okay, so let me get back to here. Okay, so welcome to our call. You guys are doing awesome. Thanks for getting on. I know it was kind of a crazy, like, can she pick a time already? Where do I do? Okay, screen share. It's like, where is it? Okay, can you guys see the invitation PowerPoint type thing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to talk about inviting to groups, inviting to sneak peeks. But before I do that, just some quick announcements. I have a sneak peek into coaching that I'm going to start posting about, or that I've already started posting about it. But I'm going to do that starting on the 24th of August. I do them at the end. I do them at the end of I do them at the end of every month, like the last full week of every month. That's just the thing that's worked best for me. So I'm going to be inviting my current challengers to it. I'm going to be inviting, just other people who I've talked to about coaching, or that maybe I think would enjoy coaching. Some of the people that I've signed up as coaches recently have actually been ones who I led with the invitation to the sneak peek as opposed to the challenge group, and that appealed to them more than just the challenge group. Anyway, so inviting, don't hesitate to invite to that. And then if you're working towards getting to Emerald, which if we get to Emerald, then I believe that actually gets us bonus points. Anyone who rank advances, that gets us bonus points for the Team Cup. So the last day to advance to Emerald is the 26th of this month, which is next Wednesday. And you have to have 2 active personally sponsored coaches. 31st, that's the last day to get Success Club. You have to get it by all challenge pack orders that you have, or HD orders have to go in by midnight Eastern time. So that's only 9 o'clock our time, Monique. So we have a little bit of a shorter deadline, but if you get up early and start early, then you have about the same amount of time in the day. And then finally, I'm planning to do a fall into fitness group starting the 7th, just so that I have the next 1.5 weeks to invite. So I'll have the rest of September to really, aim for getting people involved in that. Let's see. Okay. Why is it skipping stuff? All right. Sorry, I'm muting all of you guys because I can hear background noise. Okay, so talking about inviting. A lot of people, when they join as a coach, I know I did, feel like inviting is really scary. So 3 ways to do an invite, just to kind of break it down a little bit. And I guess they're kind of 2, but I called it 3 just because technically the like page is a separate thing. But for me, I've found that there's personally inviting, where you're talking to them in person, Facebook messaging them, texting, phone call, email, etc. And then also a mass social media post, where you just post a couple times during the week, so that you can get people to kind of interact with your post and call for groupies, as I call them sometimes in my head. And then the last way is to post through a like page, and then you actually pay money to Facebook to bump your ad in the Facebook feed to your ideal audience. I've used this a few times and it's gotten some good response. But it's kind of one of those things, you have to stay on top of it. You have to be willing to invest in it. And I'm definitely not investing as much in it as I could or should to really be seeing some results with it. I'm kind of just dabbling with it a little bit. Okay, so starting with a personal invite. New coaches always start here. Like, that's just kind of the way that it works. Like, as a new coach, we always have to start by personally inviting. And so sometimes it can feel more overwhelming because it does take more time, because you have to build the relationships, you have to add value, like and comment on other people's posts, and start a conversation with them over Facebook message or in person, however it is that you're conversing. So it takes more time to do this. That's why when I start talking to someone and I'm adding value to them, and I know that they would make a potentially, a strong coach or a strong challenger, then I put them in my invite, even if I'm only planting seeds for the invite, because I'm still doing the work that it takes to bring them to the point where they would want to join a challenge group. So as I'm talking to them, I like to try and weave the conversation into, or weave my group into the conversation. So for instance, last night, so to tell you how to do this, the best way to do it is that you ask questions of them. So if instead of just telling them things and we call it information bombing, or, barfing all over them with information about your group, ask them questions, about what they're already doing in their life. What are they doing for work? Where, how I have a girl who I'm talking to, she just moved into a new house. And so I asked her how much space she had, and she told me how much space she had. And I said, oh, that'd be great. And I said, moving into a bigger house was great for me because ... And I said something about how now I had more room to work out, and I had a separate area for my son to play in. And so I just kind of broke out the workout and the exercise portion of it before, kind of as a natural part of our conversation, instead of just saying hey, by the way, I'm a Beachbody coach. She's been commenting on my posts. I know that she's aware of it. So it helps to just kind of naturally weave it into the conversation. But like I said, it takes time. The key is to not let it take too much time. If you're just kind of having small talk, then start questioning them. Ask them questions in depth about their life, about what they like to do, about their dreams, about their job, those kinds of things. Because the more you get them talking, the more opportunities you'll have to form an invite, whether it's to coaching or to something else. If after you invite them, they say no, then you continue the conversation. That's kind of the hardest part, is that sometimes if they say no, you check them off the list. You say, okay, come back to you later. Don't stop talking to them, because then they're just going to think you are only talking to them to make a sale. Those relationships are key. So continue building the relationship. This is a gal who I had been talking to, and she homeschools her kids. And so I mentioned what do you do for your kids' PE type stuff? And so I just asked her what she was doing, and she was telling me, actually, I was thinking today that I should be doing some kind of an exercise thing. I don't like exercising. I'm so out of coordination. I could trip on air. And so I just mentioned hey, something you could do at home is definitely less stressful than going to a gym and tripping in front of people, right? And then I just asked her, have you ever heard of the Beachbody programs I do? It's short, it's simple, it prompts thought, and this person had already liked and commented on lots of my posts about challenge groups, about what I do as a coach, that kind of a thing. So she's aware of what I'm doing, but she has questions, and maybe she's not ready to quite come out and ask me what do you do? So I'm just planting the seed, and I'm allowing her the opportunity to continue talking to me about it. And she and I have a conversation happening right now, as of last night. So and then there's another example. This is a little bit more lengthy of an invitation. This is one that I've already had a shorter conversation. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I think I actually have this as my invitation script, that you just kind of change out a little bit. She's not married and she doesn't have kids. So this sentence right here doesn't quite apply. Oops. This sentence in the middle where it says, the neat thing is your workouts can be done from your living room or backyard, so there's no getting in the car, So that's what I said is at least how I felt trying to go to the gym. And then for her, going to a gym couldn't be super easy on the island. She lives in Hawaii right now. So I imagine this could simplify your life a little bit. The workouts are extremely effective. It just gives a little bit of a testimonial, gives a little bit of a, I have a typo in there. Oops. It gives a little bit of a description of what my groups do and how they help others be successful. And it also gives a deadline for her to respond, because I have the group starting on September 7th. Okay, so social media posts. These are like posts that you would do that are bigger. They're more geared towards, getting likes and comments, getting people's emails, those kinds of things. They should be pictures of you, not the products. This was a picture that somebody found or somebody made, I don't know, and I just copied it because it was kind of cute. That's okay to do. Just make sure that you're doing things. If you're finding somebody's post that you like and you're kind of modifying it or stealing it, just make sure you do something to make it personalized, so that it's not too, copycat, because then everybody's going to see the same thing. And it'll just be like, oh, look, another Beachbody post. Before and afters, current progress photos. Those are always great pictures to include. This is a picture of me at I don't remember, 12 weeks maybe. So I'm baby pregnant, tiny bump. Don't even have a bump really, but I'm just showing that I have stretch marks and that I have flaws and things. Food pictures, workout pictures, challenger results. All of these are great ways to do an invite. Let's see. So this was the Facebook post that went with it. You're welcome to read through it a little bit. One thing that I would suggest doing that I didn't do in this is asking for an email. Always when you make a Facebook post, and I don't know why I didn't do this, maybe I fixed it at some point, but let them know the deadline. So for the 21-day fix sale, it was ending quickly, but also at the end and at the beginning, put a drop your email if you're interested, or drop your email in the comments, email me your Facebook message me your email if you'd like to learn more. That way they have an action to do. The call to action is great. This is my testimonial. This is kind of me trying to talk specifically to the people that are wives, that they're moms, maybe that they're newly pregnant, that feel like they have flaws and that feel like they couldn't possibly eat perfectly all the time because they do eat treats and they do eat crappy once in a while. So it's relatable, and it's something that I got a lot of good response to on social media. But yes, my mistake was that I didn't put the call to action for an email in there. So I would suggest doing that. These are just a few other examples of things that I've used to kind of promote a challenge group. So they're short, they're simple, they don't have a lot of words. I used to do tons and tons of words, and it was overwhelming. Most of the time people didn't really comment very much. I found that doing more detail in the description is better. So tips for social media post invites. These could be also these are really your Facebook ad invites too, because I use the same things for my Facebook ad, my Facebook, and my Instagram. Post on both Facebook and Instagram by starting with Instagram and sharing it to Facebook. You won't have a double audience, I promise, because everybody looks at different things at different times. Like your own posts and comment with your hashtags. 30 is the max, so try your best to use it. That's one of the things I'm going to do today is come up with hashtags and save them in the notes section of my phone so that I have good hashtags to use. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. Good, we're almost done. Follow up with people who like and comment your posts and invite them personally after liking, commenting, starting a conversation with them, that kind of thing. Have a theme for daily posts during the week and stick to it. Motivational Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, Flex Friday, that kind of a thing. And post regularly about the business opportunity, like your life as a coach, how it's changed you, like a sneak peek into coaching. Will come across as kind of out of the blue if you're not posting regularly about what you do as a coach and how it's blessed your life or that kind of thing. So inviting to sneak peeks. If you have a regular presence on social media, you have a regular audience. But when you're always adding to your network, you also have a new audience. So that means that you should be sharing every week what you do as a coach, your transformation story, before and afters. That's kind of why Transformation Tuesday is a good day, because it helps because you can always show hey, look, I'm reflecting back again on my transformation this week or whatever it is. So just posting regularly helps to keep your audience engaged. These are some ideas that I've used for sneak peeks. This one got some pretty good response for Ashley Smith, and I kind of started modeling my sneak peek posts after hers, just to try to keep it simple. Too many pictures tends to be kind of busy. This one kind of has a few too many pictures, and I wish I'd made it lighter, but the general idea is the same. So just to wrap it up, don't be scared to invite, because the answer is always no if you never ask. Sometimes the people you least expect will be the ones who end up joining your team the quickest. Where is it? I feel like I missed something. Oh, okay. So down here, I forgot to talk about this. Like using attractive pictures. Sometimes I've seen new coaches and coaches like on our team and things, they'll post a picture and it's maybe not the most, quote unquote attractive picture. And so like, not to say that you have to be like made up and done up to do a picture or a selfie or something, but just kind of experiment with the angles of how you're taking the picture. Try and get better lighting in your room when you take the picture. If you're making a video, same kind of thing, make sure that to the best of your ability, the image isn't grainy. Those are the kinds of things that, oops. Could you guys see what I was talking about? Hold on. I'm pretty much done with the presentation. Okay. I feel like I did something wacky to the computer, but anyway, so just posting regularly and trying to post attractive pictures, just because those kinds of pictures are the ones that get the most engagement. Anyway, so that's kind of my presentation for you. Okay. So I hope that was a little helpful. I know for anyone who's doing a new coach training, it's pretty much just the basics. It's nothing new, and that's kind of one of the neat things about coaching is that there really is nothing new to it. It's all the same kinds of things, no matter where you are in the coaching ladder, wherever you're trying to get to. You just have to learn how to do them a little bit differently each time. What was I going to say? Oh, so my challenge to you guys this week is that if you have challengers already who are behaving well in a challenge group, that are people that you could see as potential rock stars, then those are the kinds of challengers that I would start planting seeds if you haven't already to your sneak peek or to a sneak peek into coaching next week, so that we can get some coaches signed up this next week. Whether it's, it's okay to have discount coaches sign up. That's what I ended up having to begin with, but lead with the business opportunity. Let them know what you love about coaching, that kind of thing. Michelle, what was a couple of your suggestions for groups? Was it for this week?
Well, what I was going to do is just start a new challenge group too, actually, because my husband wants to sign up as a coach. So I'm going to get him signed up. But I thought it would be some of the ladies get uneasy, if there's men in their group. So I thought about doing 2 separate challenge groups. One for the guys and maybe do a PDX or one of the more kind of, manly things. And then a lot of the people in my current challenge group want to do the size. So I want to do a size challenge group too for the ladies. And if guys, I think it just depends on the ladies' personality, but I think they feel more comfortable sharing and posting and all that without the men in there. So I know my husband has a couple of people that want to sign up already and do the challenge with him, and I'll just oversee it and do that. And I'm going to lead this week with this week I'll do a free clean eating challenge and post everything. And I thought about having 2 menus, one that's super simple, easy. It's one that I use personally. And then one more for the chef. Because with me and 3 kids still at home, it has to be simple. We play sports, we do workouts, we have school, we run our own business besides the Beachbody, so we're constantly busy. So I want to give them that option. I don't want them to feel like it's such a burden to eat clean, if they don't have the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I thought about that would be a good way to lead into it as well. And then another thing that I did, one of my challengers was I love going to the gym. It's just my thing. I do my 21 days of workout, but I love going to the gym. I love weights. It's just me. So she was like, would you consider hosting a live workout group? So we did that. We started a group and I had 30 people join
That's awesome.
in my area. So it's been kind of slow this week. People are showing up and we're doing it together and I'm helping them and encouraging them. And I have one lady, she has to go to Texas. She's coming back. She's going to sign up as Shakeology. But she's kind of the personality that will probably lead into coaching, you know. She just loves to set a good example for her family. So
you said she just signed up with Shakeology?
She wants to sign up when she comes back. Her son just went into the Army.
So
they go see him
one thing I would suggest doing for that, especially if you feel like she would make a good coach, is, you know, try and help her come to the conclusion that she should get a challenge pack for the $10 more. Just get the size challenge pack.
Right.
Even if she doesn't want the program, you can offer as the coach. You can just say, hey, I could never get this program for $10. Do you mind doing me the favor and I'll use it as a prize in one of my groups?
Cool.
That
Okay,
way you get the Success Club points from it, but she also gets later when she does, you know, hopefully sign up as a coach, she gets the waived fee for signing up.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. That sounds awesome. Great idea.
But I like the idea for your free group, and I think that a free clean eating group is always good. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a quick free clean eating group, like just a quick 5-day, like start it on Friday or something. I don't know. Just to kind of lead into my next challenge group. But as far as I guess you kind of have a fit club going on kind of right now, huh?
Yeah, it's called Mission Slim Possible.
That's awesome.
They're adorable.
I think that's great. But just keep building those relationships with those people and personally inviting them to the free clean eating group. Even if you're just going to start that really quick, then just start that. And then in the free clean eating group, then you can start talking to them a little bit more about like, by the way, I also run full challenge groups. You get to try a program. You get to take one of these, you know, that we've been practicing with here. You get to take it home. Just that kind of thing. So, you know, just not to say that you should be like totally trying to stage it the way, but you kind of have to like be thinking ahead a little bit when you're doing those kinds of things. So that's awesome that you have people that are already interested in that. So keep that up. Okay, so we've got less than a minute, so that means it's going to shut off any time now. But thank you guys for getting on. I'm going to stop the recording. If you guys have any other questions or you have any other suggestions, like post them in our Facebook message or in the team page that we have. And I want to see like an update by Friday of where you are with Success Club. Even if it's not showing up in your back office, show like what your potential point total should be. The more points that we have and the more people that hit Success Club 5 in our team, that's how much more we get for the team. So aiming for prizes, we all have to hit Success Club. There's still time to do it. We've got 11 days. But anyway, thanks for getting on, and we'll talk to you later.